Here we are, we're coming up to that time of year again when people will be thinking about their New Year's resolutions or setting their goals for the next coming year. And they might even be thinking about getting themselves a coach or mentor to help them with their business. And that is what is quite worrying for a lot of people, because there's so many business coaches out there or life coaches, and a lot of them haven't got a clue. Now, I'm not saying that's all of them, because there's some pretty good ones, but I'm going to give you 6 great tips to help you pick the right person and not waste any of that hard-earned money that you've already got together, so you get the best return on your investment with your coach or mentor. Here come your 6 tips to help you choose that best coach or mentor for you. But first, I'm going to start with a story. Everybody loves a story, don't they? So when I was a young lad, about 23, 24, and my best mate and business partner, Jamie, we used to stop off in a pub called the Queen's Head. A couple of beers on the way home, great fun, you know, nothing too much. And we'd be there having a chat. And this guy used to come in we'd met in the pub, an ex-public school boy. Not there's anything wrong with that, but from a couple of old lads from a council estate in the East End of London, yeah, that was a bit different for us. Now, young Chris, what Chris did, he worked in the city as a financial analyst, and he was pretty clever, or so he told us. And he'd come in and say, "Oi, boys, how about this? I've got these couple of shares that you've got to buy, this investment, put a bit of money into it." Now, you know, Jamie and me being a little bit skeptical and also well on our way to earning a few quid, we didn't actually think it was worthwhile doing that investment. So we did a little bit of research on our Chris. Now, I can see a few of you there, your eyebrows going up. Just a bit like Chris's eyebrows, because we found out Chris was in debt up to his bloody eyebrows. He's living in a real dodgy old slum of a place. Got no money, he's always skint, and he's telling us to invest in something that he hasn't invested in himself. Now, you might say to yourself, what is the point of this story? So when we said that to Chris, we didn't see Chris for a long time because we'd have called him out on his investments. Now, what is the point of this? Well, let me go on. So one of my key learning points in life is to actually surround myself with people that are smarter than you or smarter than me. So, and the people that come on my Millionaire Mindset course or in the MAD group, you know, they know that I recommend getting a good coach. I've got a really good coach and she's brilliant for me. She keeps me on track. She keeps me motivated, but I trust her because she's been there and seen it and done it. And that's what I say about picking a coach. Some of the things that we need to get in place are really important. So before I come back to Chris, here's the 6 things that I'm going to give you to help you make sure that you pick the right coach for you. So rule number 1 is congruency. You know, the number 1 thing to look for me is someone's resume. You know, what is his or her experience? If they're going to help me, I need to know exactly what they've accomplished. Is it the same as what I want to accomplish? You know, have they done anything? Have they walked the walk and talked the talk? You know, and I feel very strongly about that, because how are they going to tell me how to run my business or help me if they haven't done it? What, are they doing it out of a book? So I think it's important that they've actually got a bit of a track record so that they can help me do what I want to do. So think about that. Make sure the coach or mentor that you're going to choose practices what they preach and do what they say they're going to do. Number 2 is about recommendations. So have they got a string of recommendations from real customers? So the chances are, if you're picking a great coach or mentor, they'll have a portfolio of testimonials from satisfied clients. If not, why not? That's the question I'd have to ask you. Have they got social proof? You know, in today's market, what everybody does, they've got one of these. So they'll find out about you, they'll hear about you, they'll go and look. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? And above all, LinkedIn. What is their LinkedIn profile? Because recommendations on there are from real people that you can then phone up and check up to see if they're doing the job. You know, if they're really as good as they say they are. And if they haven't, why haven't they? That would be the question. You know, if they're that good, why is people not saying about it? Tip number 3 is about honesty. Are they going to tell you how it really is, or how they perceive it to be, or from their experience? Or are they just going to tell you what you want to hear so that you keep paying them monthly and you feel good about yourself? To me, I'm not interested in that. You know, one of the things that I pride myself is straight talking, no bullshit. And that's the type of client I want. I want somebody that wants the honesty, and actually, because they've got a growth mindset and they actually want to grow and change themselves. So think about this. Most business owners have failed. If they're any good, at some point they will have failed. Now, we have a big thing against failing. Well, we mustn't do it at school. If you fail, that's for life. It's not. For me, some of the biggest lessons I've learned is from failing in business. For me, failure is the prerequisite to growth. Number 4, and this is, again, a keen one for all of you, is about attitude. You know, I've met some business coaches and mentors that are very negative. Dear, oh dear, they're trying to spend their whole life finding out what's wrong rather than looking about what could get me a better result. And if I was picking that coach, I want somebody that's got a positive growth mindset rather than that negativity of always looking, oh yeah, that's all right, but that could go wrong. Not interested in that. So positive growth mindset is one of those things, and a positive energy from that coach or mentor. That to me is another big thing that we want. We want somebody that's actually going to encourage us and make us feel good about ourselves to go forward. Can they see the big picture? You know, a lot of people deal in the detail, which is great, but the big picture, if you can't see the bigger picture, the chances are achieving it is going to be very small. It's also about, you know, can they teach you about emotion and how not to get emotionally attached to the outcome of stuff? Because if you make a decision in emotion, from an emotional point of view, the chances are it'll be the wrong one. So, number 5, key person of influence. Is this coach you've got, are they somebody that other people look up to? Has he or she written a book? Do reporters interview them? Have they been on the TV? You know, has a great coach or mentor that you're looking at got a long-standing relationship with people who could benefit you? So how can you leverage that person's relationships with other to help you? You know, think about that. Are they well respected amongst other people out there? Are they respected in their peer group? You know, and that's also, I think, is quite important. So, you know, if this person offers you a long list of services, have a look. Have a little bit of caution there, because, you know, maybe we want something that they focus on in business, if that's what you want, or if you want life help. You know, what is that bit for you? So are they a KPI? And then finally, it's about accountability. You know, a great coach or mentor will not just simply let you disappear. They are going to hold you accountable. So if you don't do what you say you're going to do, are they going to, oh yeah, well, no worries, we'll do it next week? Because that's why you've got somebody there. They're there to give you a push and keep you accountable. Because if you're not accountable, the chances are you're not really going to achieve what you think you want to achieve. So to sum that up, you've got those 6 points. Think about this. Jim Rohn once said, you will become the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. So surround yourself with people that inspire you to be the best you can be. So when you choose a coach, think about those 6 tips I've just given you. Now, finally, it just comes down to Chris. Now, I was driving down the motorway and I'm going to deliver a speech to a group of business people. And I come past this silver van, and on the side of it says, "Don't let your car show how careless you are with it. You know, let us fix your dent." And in the front of that car, that van, was a bloody great dent. And guess who was driving it? Yep, you've got it, Chris. So again, not practicing what he preaches. So have a look round, and if I can help you, give me a call. You know where I am. And if you've enjoyed this video, please watch the next video just here, or subscribe to my YouTube channel just here.